saying anonymous is because you don't need to see my face. You just need to hear my voice. I have an idea, and I know it's going to sound crazy. I'm just a blue-collar worker just like you, but I think I have figured out a way to solve all of our problems. That's a pretty big boast to fix America right now, but I do think I've got it. You look around, you can see all the problems that we face. It's real easy to see it. We've got teachers making nothing, even though education's supposed to be our main priority. We've got sick people and homeless people. We've got crazy medical systems. Our economy's falling apart. We're trying the same system that we've always tried because we don't want to put ourselves or lump ourselves into the category of communism or socialism. We still want to stay a republic, but that's really hard to do with our current system that we have. Now, I'd like to get back to talking about teachers because they're kind of a big priority. I think everybody can agree education's a huge deal, but we're not paying our teachers very much. And I think that's bad for the kids to see that people like, well, I'm not going to say names, but certain rock stars, rappers, the way they live and how much money they make, that is something that they can aspire to. It's good that we have arts, but some of the people that are making the biggest money aren't really being artists. Their music isn't anything that's of substance, but yet they make the most money. And I don't see how that benefits America in the least. So I don't see why they're making the exorbitant amounts of money that they're making. So what I suggest on that front is that we all should start taking stock of what's important. Is our education system more important than a rock star and his music? I'd like to think so. And I'd also like to think that nobody's worth 8 houses, 2 hangarfuls of cars, and nobody is that special. It can't possibly work that way. Not when there's one person in the world starving. Nobody should make that amount of money. We need caps, and I know what you're going to say on that front. Is that caps aren't American. You can't put caps on that because that's not capitalism. But I hate to tell America, and this is something that should be blindingly obvious that nobody ever discusses, but we have caps. Where I work, one of my employees can't make but over a certain amount, and then he's capped off. But yet the rich of the rich, they don't get salary caps. They don't get put caps on them. And I think that's something America needs to address, because if our entertainment industry is bringing in huge amounts of money, and they're not worth the money that they're making because they're only doing it for the money and not the love of the art. And that should drive somebody, actually, to get off topic a little bit, that should drive somebody to want to aspire to be an artist because of their love of it, not the money that they can make. So if you put a cap on an artist and they still do it, well, you're getting the best music that's out there because it's love being poured into it, not a desire for the gain that they can get from it or the fame that they can get from it. So you cap those type of people, basketball players. They can still make good amounts of money, but they don't have to be making crazy amounts of money because they don't benefit America. The money that is extra off the entertainment industry needs to be funneled towards the teachers, towards the police officers that'll take a bullet for you if need be. Those are the heroes. The fire department, you need those people. They'll die for you, and you're not paying them nothing. And that's crazy, America. Get your priorities straight, please. That's important. Now, I said that I could solve a lot of our problems, and I can. And this is the part where I get to it. Might make your jaw drop a little, but here it is. I hear people talking about how they want to get rid of the government. Start over, start fresh. Well, you can't really start fresh. That's too hard. You can't put new people in old offices. The same problems are there. They're going to face. It's just going to keep hitting them. The big businesses, they don't change places. Our government might. You might change the faces, but you don't get rid of big government or big business. And let's be honest, we all know that they run the game. So we gotta take big business out of the equation by taking a cue from big business. Big business is doing something that nobody else is paying attention to, and I don't see how that's not another blaringly obvious thing that everybody should see, is that technology is taking your jobs, people. You think unemployment is the issue, is our economy, that's why there's no jobs. No, it's because technology is growing faster and faster, and there's no need for people in a lot of places. Even farmers have it good. Now they've got a plow that has GPS on it. They don't even have to be in the thing and it'll do the job. It doesn't take that many people to do really hard jobs anymore. And it's going to keep getting like that. And big business doesn't want you to know that that's why your jobs are disappearing, because then it'll need to be addressed. And then they're going to be out money. So let's take a cue from big business. Let's fire all of our government officials and replace them with a machine. Now I know this is going to sound like a bad idea, but this machine that I'm talking about is no more sophisticated than a calculator. You wire this thing to all of America, all of voting America, and you pass bills by America voting on these bills. And it doesn't have to just be bills, it can be moral issues. The majority rules. This machine would be built for the people, by the people. It's very much America. It's more America than anything that has come before it, because it won't be government officials that you elect that have their own agendas anymore. This will be straight, pure America speaking, not just to each other, but to the world. This is how we feel. This is how we think. This is how we do things in America. This is our values. All this stuff will be poured in through this simple calculator. And the calculator code can be verified by anybody that knows code. Will tell you that this thing's not being tampered with, and it should be open source, that everybody can see this code that's crunching these numbers. So you know nothing malicious is going on. The government officials that still need to be in place, because there will need to be government officials in place. There's no getting away from total human contact from the government side of things. So we will need officials, but they will need to be regulated. They will need to be watched. They are a public servant. And whenever I say public servant, it is amazing to me that we can let these people that are in our government right now make more money than the majority of people that are out there. They are servants of the people. They should not be making more than the people. These government officials that are still in place in this new government, and please don't call this a revolution. It's not a revolution. We're just taking cue from big business. Remember, we're just getting rid of the excess and replacing it with a machine. But the ones that are left, the ones that we deem worthy, will only have a certain salary cap, and their financial statements will be monitored. They will not get any money from big government or big business. They will not get that influence. We will make sure of it. Everything needs to be regulated. And if anybody tampers with this new system, if anybody tries to destroy the voice of America, they will need to be punished severely. We need to protect this like we protect our liberty, because it is our liberty. This new government, I promise you, people, will work, because it is you. Now, I'm going to sign off. Just know, don't try to figure out who I am. Just listen to my voice and let it be yours. Get this out to everybody that you can, and start talking about this new possibility, because it is not communism. It is not socialism. It's something that's never been discussed before or even thought of. Use the technology that's in front of you. It's right by your foot in that tower. It's already out there. Put it out on all social media sites. Get this out there and let America know that there is an alternative. Fight for this. This is your generation. And our generation right now, they say we don't have anything to fight for, but I think this is something that we can. We can leave a legacy of a true America to our children. Something that they will actually have a say in. They won't have to worry if the votes are rigged. They won't have to worry if a guy that says he's for one issue is really for that issue. So we'll sign off this time, but next time we're going to address something else that I know is going to be thrown back at me for my new idea. We're going to talk about other things such as unemployment. And yes, I think I've got that figured out too. And I also think that it's going to make you drop your jaw just as much as this last video. So watch this, share it, get it out there. Let's start talking about alternatives, because this one's not working. And to all you corrupt government officials and big business, we're coming for you, because this is going to be the true America.